Namaskar, friends. This is Shekhar Mayanil here again with a brand new episode of episode number 6 of Sri Bharat Charitamrit Sindhu. And before I start, I would like to bow down to Hanumanji Maharaj, who is nobody else other than my own breath, who sustains life and who is the be all and end all of everybody's life. And of course, to Ganeshji Maharaj. So, today's episode will be, as you must have already seen on the thumbnail, uh, who is the modern Kaikei and who is modern Manthara, right? So basically, it comes down to how can we relate Ramcharitmanas, or for that matter, Ramayana, in our today's life. So we have already discussed that uh, Kaikei is Kriya Shakti, right? Kriya Shakti. So, and Mantra is that which saps up the Kriya Shakti in us. So uh, what are these indicators in our day-to-day life? That's what we would like to discuss today. Okay. So let me share some of my videos. I mean, not videos, slides. So today's episode is, as you said, who are the modern day mantras and kaikais? Yeah, in Bharat Charitra, that is very, very important to understand, because what Bharatji did was to, in order to create Ramrajya, he has to take care of he has to make sure that the mantras does not have an upper hand over Kaikais of our times, right? So if we want Ramraj to happen, at least two-third majority, right? Two-third majority means two-third of people who are almost thinking like Bharatji thinks. That is what is required in order to create a sustainable Ramrajya. Okay, so modern day mantras. Anybody or any news media or social media outlet whose sole aim is to cause devastation by disinformation. So you might, there are a lot of, with the advent of new social media outlets, and of course, somebody who has the sole aim to cause devastation of a nation, of a family, of friends, or an organization, whichever it is, by disinformation. That is very, very, you have to be very watchful of those mantras. Anybody who causes a standstill in the smooth functioning of a home or a nation. This is very important. Now, who spread lies and false news to instill fear and action paralysis. So, most of the time, these mantras of modern days, they cause action paralysis. They cause despondency and fear in the people. And those are the ones which we have to be very, very cognizant about. Those people who block logical and rational thinking. Now, Kaikeyi had very both rational and logical thinking, but it was blocked by mantra. And as a result of it, her entire personality was hijacked by mantra, and she started to behave like mantra. Now, other ones are the ones who create divisiveness and discord among family members and friends, and between nations also. These are the people who create for no reason, for no apparent reason, panic between two nations, and 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 create and instill fear in one, and despondency in the other one, and then they control the both of them. So this is something uh, which needs to be taken into account before we deal in the world, right? Those who cause heartbreaks, these are the modern day mantras, who get sadistic pleasure and profit at the cost of others' suffering. And then the eighth one is those people who create power hierarchy within a system so that the system can be manipulated. Sometimes when the system is too big and too big, out of control, almost like out of control. At that time, what happened? Modern day mantras immediately come into play. What they do is, in order to create dominance within the system, they create a mini system where they manipulate everybody within that system. So this is very much rampant in big corporations and uh, huge what you call management systems. So these are the ones which is very uh, basically the it causes almost like a cancer. It spreads after one person to another person, and then that whole thing is reflected as action paralysis. Now, who are the modern day Kaikeyis? Almost every one of us, I would say, barring maybe 1% in the 8 billion population, maybe one less than 1% are not Kaikeyis, but everybody else are. Who are the ones who are modern day Kaikeyis? Those who believe anything without verification and questioning. Now, there are some verification portals also in the world, but can you trust them really? So we have to use our discerning intellect and metacognitive intelligence to know what is truth and what is not true. So anybody who do not have this discerning intellect, this is the most, second one is the most important one. Do you happen to have discerning intellect, Vivek Buddhi they call it, and Dharma Buddhi? Not just Vivek Buddhi, Dharma Buddhi. Dharma Buddhi means to know what is truth and what is not true, and to stick to truth. That is very important. And who are the third category of Kaikais these days, modern day? Almost everyone who are susceptible to the negative influences of other people. They can get sucked into negativity just like that, very easily, because of their own aura not being strong enough. Their own discerning intellect aura or Vivek Buddhi and Dharma Buddhi is not strong enough, and they can be influenced by anybody and almost like make made slave of them. So we have to be careful and cautious from those people. And the Kaikais have to be they have to be very cautious all the time. Cannot trust uh, just because they are talking good about you or talking in the hope that they can manipulate you. No, they always talk very sweet and basically can sabotage the entire uh, essential essence of you. Actually, they will just completely hijack you. Anybody who believe in gossip and gossip mongering. So those are the ones. I learned one thing in life long time ago, and that is if somebody who comes with to you talking about always starts like that. Did you hear that? Did you hear this? And that's it. I know. Did you hear this within quotes? Dot 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 whatever. Most of the time they are probably telling or spreading some rumor or lies or fabricated situation about somebody. And in that case, what I did was I said, listen, if you're going to talk ill about anybody, I will listen to you, but let me tell you that I will take their side in their absence, or else you have to call them. If you can call them and you talk about them in my presence, in their presence, everything will be fine. But in his absence I will take his side. So from that day onward, nobody came to me to talk about negative things about anybody. Almost everyone who have vested interest of any kind, those are the ones who are susceptible actually. So if I have something of interest, if there is a vested interest in me, in believing in that rumor, which means I am also a mantra only. So basically, okay, modern day mantras need not convince another mantra. All they have to do is just incite their vested interest and they become mantra automatically. So mantra disease spreads very rapidly. And Kaikei also succumbs to those diseases, right? Because they don't have the immunity against them. Anybody who is guided by fear, greed, and lust for power, they are also modern day Kaikais. They may think they are good people, they are hardworking people, and they are go-getters and all that. But if they are guided by fear, greed, or lust for power, any of the one, Kaikai was driven by fear, guided by fear. Mantra created fear in her, and greed, and lust for power also towards the end. She said that um, if Ram becomes king, then you are finished. Kaushalya, Ram's mother, will make you her slave, and she will put and the Ram will put Bharat in jail, and you will be finished. So you have to take charge, and you should become the powerful, and hence Bharat should become the king. Those are the kind of things she wanted to communicate. Almost anybody who use their decision making power but let others decide for them. Those people who do not use their decision making power but let others decide them, they are the most susceptible people, most susceptible Kaikais, because they are not in a position to decide. And that decision making takes prefrontal cortex activation, and that is where any place wherever there is a prefrontal cortex not being used or inactivation of that, those are the ones who can be easily manipulated by all the mantras of the world, right? And almost anybody who think that if they do not get such and such a thing, then they will be, if they do get such and such a thing, then they will be happy. That's another. So that is a part of the greed aspect, right? So only when I get such and such a thing, then I will be happy. So people, mantra mentality, people will always find out what is it that you want, and they will figure out how what do you want and show them how to get it by sly mechanisms. Sly means not or maybe illegal means. Those are the ones who are kaikais, right? Those who can get sucked into that idea. And mantras always want to figure out what is it that you really really want. And once they find out what you want, they will get you to do their will through you and manipulate you. So that is what is being gullible and manipulable means. Okay. Now, only in the absence of, you should take a screenshot of this statement. It is so fantastic. Only in the absence of Vivek Buddhi, or the discerning faculty of intellect, and the absence of Dharma Buddhi, which is super metacognitive intelligence, can mantras of the world hijack all the kaikais to their ways of thinking and behavior. So, ultimate level of psychology is being discussed here through this episode between mantra and kaikei. It is one of the outstanding mechanisms of how to manipulate people. That is exactly what is shown there. So I repeat again: in the absence of Vivek Buddhi, or discerning faculty of intellect, and Dharma Buddhi, which is super metacognitive intelligence, which actually is prefrontal cortex and adjoining areas, can mantras of the world hijack all kaikais to their ways of thinking and behavior. And you should know that mantra could work her devious manipulation on Kaikei at the time when Sri Bharat Ji was, who represents the Vivek Buddhi and Dharma Buddhi, was not in Ayodhya. She found a very, very right time to contaminate Kaikei's brain, completely hijacked. Now, with social media, where false narratives spread faster than the speed of light, destruction of people, nation, values by disinformation is inevitable. So it is always there because of what you call echo chamber. Echo chamber concept. Once you spread a small false news in it, and if you are sitting in the chamber, echo chamber, that echo will keep rebounding and rebounding and rebounding it until the entire system is broken. This is exactly what currently in various ways are being worked upon, you know where. So I don't have to tell you that. Uh, and this causes untold misery to a whole lot of people. So we have to prepare ourselves to understand what is mantra and how are we as a Kai. We have become almost like Kaikai. And that is why Bharatji always knew that there was no way Ramrajya can happen if this is what is prevailing in the in the kingdom at that time. So in order to create Ramraj, he had to cultivate in the masses Vivek Buddhi and Dharma Buddhi, which even though King Dashratha was Dharmatma, but he did not have the Dharma sar in him. So that which means almost like not having Dharma Buddhi and Vivek Buddhi also. So Bharatji is the one who is the founder of Ramrajya because he created a, a totally different being out of ordinary people where Vivek Buddhi and Dharma Buddhi will reside, right? That is what he did. And that took a tremendous effort of 14 years. It is not easy. So, so how can the modern day Kaikais guard themselves by devious manipulative mantras of modern time? This is where Bharatji's role come into play. How can you how can a modern day Kaikai guard themselves? Because says you can always challenge this. It well, Kaikai accepted her advice. Yes, Kaikai accepted her advice. How that happens? How that? Why can Kaikai deflect the advice and be strong in her decision? That is what she was lacking. So this, which means there was some kind of a disease already being established in her head. Some kind of a disease was there. Some kind of a unease was there. That is exactly what we have to become, make ourselves stronger enough so that no matter how many mantras we are surrounded with, we'll still be in the as a powerhouse of dharma and vivek. Okay, what is this Kaikei disease afflicting mankind all over the world? That is what we will discuss in the next satsang episode of Sri Bharat Charitamrit Sindhu. Now, this particular chaupai, सुनहो तात अब मानस रोगा जिनते दुख पावही सब लोगा मोह सकल व्याधिन कर मूला तिनते पुनि उपजहि बहुसूला. This is what we are actually trying to discuss. So Ramcharit Manas, by Ramcharit, it is Ramchandraji was born, he got married, he went to the forest, he killed Ravan, he came back, became king. This is Ramcharit. But why is Ramcharit Manas so powerful? What is the beauty of that Manas? Because it is our own story, it in our mind, right? It is our own story, everybody's story, and that Manas, that mind is experiencing disease right now, and number one disease is Moha Sakala Vyadhina Karmula. Moha means delusional thinking. Moha, there is a difference between moha and ignorance. So moha is when you know what is right, yet you do what is wrong. Moha means what you know exactly what is dharma, you know what is vivek, you know what is truth, yet you will do what is wrong, what is adharma, what is untruth, and what is not good, right? This is what is moha. And ignorance means this fellow doesn't know anything. So ignorance, in ignorance, people do wrong things anyway. So that's pardonable. But moha, and the worst part of it is the people who are established in moha, they justify also. They use the intellect in a totally different manner. So anyway, so let's stay tuned to Manas Marma in the next several episodes. Actually, this series, this itself, the Moha Sakal Vyadhinakar Mula, will be covered, for a long time. So okay, so we'll do that. Thank you very much. And if you like this video, please subscribe to Yogic Realization YouTube channel. Like and share this video. And thank you so very much. Thank you very much. I appreciated your patiently listening to this video, and we'll meet in the next episode. Thank you so much.